Good morning, all you wonderful people. Uh, Latest news from the oil fields. Week closing out here, 28th of May, 2021. Man, I've had a rough week. Sick. The weather is crazy. 90s, couple of days, rain, pouring rain out there right now as I report this to you from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York. Funny place to be reporting about a Texas oil company and oil industry, right? Hey, we had a historic week in the oil fields, ladies and gentlemen, but not necessarily in a good way. Depends on your point of view. The oil industry saw three major oil companies face pressures from shareholders and the courtrooms over the past week to reduce emissions and development that could well lead to a supply crunch in the foreseeable future. Let me give you some details. Royal Dutch Shell, one of the world's largest oil companies, lost a landmark legal case in the Dutch courtrooms this past week. If this case is not overturned on appeal, Royal Dutch Shell will be required to make 45% cuts in greenhouse gas emissions by the year 2030. How does that affect you? That cost is going to be passed on to the consumer. Oil prices will go up, which means gasoline prices will go up, and anything with petroleum based products is going to go up. Good thing for our environment, not necessarily such a good thing for our pocketbook. I'm not trying to say one is right over the other. I don't play that game. We all have our personal opinions. I'm just giving you the facts. ExxonMobil, in a stunning board vote by their own board, was told that they're not doing enough to mitigate the effects of production operations on the climate. It would appear that at least some of the board members got the message from the shareholders that Exxon needs to do more to help the environment. Again, fantastic. I'm not against that. I'm an environment guy too. But there's a price for all of this. And at the end of the day, the price comes out of the common man, common woman, hardworking, blue class American workers' pocket. Again, I respect your position, whichever way you want to go. I work hard for my money. I appreciate being able to get the maximum amount from my dollar. Finally, Chevron shareholders. Chevron, again, another one of the world's largest oil companies, voted in favor of accepting and adopting Scope 3 emission standards and responsibilities. Now you say to me, Rich, what the hell is Scope 3? I don't know what you're talking about. I understand that. A little bit about Scope 3. So there's three scopes. I'm actually going to do a segment on this all by itself sometime in the near future. But Scope 3 basically says that the oil company will take responsibility for carbon emissions, greenhouse emissions beyond just what it needs to do to produce the product. It now, in Scope 3, means that it accepts the responsibility for the emissions that you and I put into the air when we mow our grass with a gasoline powered lawnmower. Okay, that's the facts. For years, oil companies have stood on the position that they just drill for the oil, they pump the oil up out of the ground, they don't use the end product motor oil, gas, grease, etc., any petroleum based product. Compliance with Scope 3 now means that Chevron, okay, has acknowledged that they will now accept responsibility for me cutting the grass with my gasoline powered lawnmower and the emissions that I'm putting into the air. I can't tell you yet how this is going to affect the oil industry. I can't tell you how this is going to affect your pocket. I'm going to do a segment on this later because I think it's pretty fascinating. West Texas Intermediate crude closed out this week on Friday at 66.05 a barrel. That's as high as we've seen it in a couple weeks. West Texas Intermediate crude, my favorite. West Texas, 66.05 on the barrel head. Okay, finally, since the fall of 2020, the cost, and this is something else going to affect our pocketbooks. The cost of base products, raw materials, freight costs that have gone up in some part as a result of COVID have been absorbed by the oil refineries, the companies producing oils, lubricants, injector cleaners, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. However, we got word this past week that our industry can no longer afford to do that. You know, we got to pass. You know, we've taken the hit since the fall last year. We're going to have to pass on some of the pain. Okay, not the greatest news. Okay, what's that going to mean for your pocketbook? Again, it's highly likely that come June, when you go to buy that quart of oil on the shelf at your favorite auto jobber or your favorite box store, that it's going to cost you a few cents more than what you're paying now. Maybe you want to stock up, try to catch it while it's you can still save some money. Okay. Here's the kicker. I want to end this presentation today, this live video today, on a positive note. If you buy from me, Rich Roach, okay, Primrose Oil products or any of the other products that I can get, I personally am going to absorb that percentage cost. Now walk into one of your auto jobbers and walk into one of your favorite box stores that you frequent and ask them, are you going to absorb the cost of this? They're going to laugh at you. Well, first of all, no. In fairness, they're not even going to know what you're talking about. Because as I said to you before, they don't know what's even on their shelf. You know, they're pushing product. They're pushing it by the skid loads. They don't even have any idea what's in it. So you may as well just save your breath. Call me, Rich Roach, Primrose Oil Company, 1-304-928-8481. Or shoot me a text to that same number, 1-304-928-8481. If you prefer, go shoot me an email, rmroach.primroseoil@gmail.com. rmroach.primroseoil@gmail.com. I'm going to take care of you. Yeah, my word on that. Good old-fashioned customer service. Promised. We like to see you face to face. Give me a call. I'll come and do a demonstration. And this was brought to you by Primrose Oil. Give us a call. Have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget those that fought for this country, died for this country, and keep us free, that you're able to watch this video today. Have your picnics if it's not pouring rain like it here is in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York. Love you people. Take care. Talk to you later. Give me a call. Bye.